The band's it's sort of just like a three-piece, drums, bass and guitar, kind of playing like live disco, punk, funk kind of stuff, and we just thought we'd put the DJs under the same name really, just to get it all under the same collective umbrella as it would be.
You know what it is? What? Because it's like not as
loud.
A humbucker is like higher output pickup.
Yeah.
It kind of pushes it.
You have to like change the sensitivity on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
From a dingy basement in the wrong part of town to an even dingy basement in the right part of town, Detroit Public Radio and its resident band and DJ Spandex Valley have been creating a bit of a storm for the more discerning basement clubber. Smack house, ket disco, floor stomping, cosmic space, funk. All these terms have been associated with the subjects of this documentary. Let's look deeper. Deeper into the grind, the deprivation and what actually makes these freaks tick. Let's look into a life in spandex.
Oh, we can't do it in here, can we?
That's a guy. Perfect.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
This is where we live, man.
There's some bad feng shui going on in this room, though. I feel like death.
Spandex Valley and Detroit Public Radio started life in a small basement, joined onto the Rampart Line pub in an out-of-town area known as Victoria Park. It was here that the band were to debut their outrageous blend of punk, funk and cosmic disco, while the DJs, armed with ghetto funk inspired by Chicago, Detroit and the early 90s rave scene, kept the parties going till the early hours.
Well, it started out that me and Matt was going to college together, and while he was DJing, doing like bits of Northern Soul and stuff like that, I was in a punk band. And then one summer in Burnley, someone just introduced me to Steve, and he started playing me loads of disco records, and I started playing him loads of grindcore metal. And then the grindcore metal kind of faded out and I started listening to more disco. And then when I came back to Manchester, I realised that Steve was best mates with Matt. So just living down the road, we used to have massive parties at each other's houses and listening to all this new mad music that I'd never heard before. with having all the instruments in my bedroom and stuff. We used to just jam all the time. I'd have to bully Steve into playing all the time. It took me about a year to just get him to sit down with the guitar.
Going to like early nights at the Music Box, Mr. Scruff was probably kind of what got me into the style of DJ I'm doing now, because I used to be into hip hop and scratching, and then it was seeing people like Electric Chair that got me into like house music, and then obviously it all starts to come full circle then as the years progress and you start seeing how different scenes influence each other.
Well, I used to go to like really hard hardcore shows and punk shows like that, and it was just getting boring, the scene and the people. Like, it was a natural progression to go out and getting wrecked and listening to lots of dance music and coming home and like replicating it on the instruments I used to use to make rock music and punk.
I don't think we made a special effort to come and conquer Manchester. Some of us came to uni in the first few years and we just tried to carry the parties on. I don't think at first we expected them to be where they are now so quickly, but it was just a slow progression from outside of Manchester into Manchester. I mean, we're not far away. When we were living in Burnley and Rosendale, even though we kind of knew what music we wanted to listen to, and I think we weren't forced into pigeonholes then, but I think coming to Manchester, it is like, I don't think people really, it is like a very diverse musical city. And the only reason we did the first Rampant Lion was one of our friends, Lois, was going away for a year. We had a leaving party for her, and we did that, and it was really successful, and more successful than we'd ever thought. And as at the end of the night, everyone said, you need to do more of these. Yeah. So we did a couple more, because the Rampant Lion was very easy to do, very cheap. There was no money really involved, so we didn't have anything to lose. So we just did another few more random ones during the end of last year, and they all went really successful. Like we like to get on the mic and like a radio show, just cut it all up, mash it up, but make it entertaining. But obviously in the first case, it was just a case of getting our mates on that were good, and let them develop the sound. Like, got Adam doing his like rare funk stuff, and
what he's doing there, a live set.
Yeah, and the band, obviously their sound, even though, I mean, it's not from Detroit or Chicago, it fits in as their house band. They tie it all together so well, in that you can have a techno DJ going on or like a soul DJ, and the band can slip in between there, and because they're on that kind of, it's that dance floor vibe that's not necessarily about energy, it's like warmth and good textures.
The Rampant Lion parties soon became known amongst a small but ever-growing and tightly knit group of people as no-nonsense, fun-loving parties playing quality music with no attitude or pretence. These early nights played host to some local stars like Pendle Coven and Mr. Rowe, and also some international acts like Confection and Stinkworks. It was obvious the seed had been sown for bigger and better things.
I'm Greg, the drummer and half brainchild of Spandex Valley, the other half named Stephen Craig. It was like another drug that he hadn't tried and he couldn't give up, so he's been...
So he's addicted?
Yeah, he's pretty much addicted. Going to celebrity parties and setting them on fire. Spitting in people's faces. Just the celebrity shindig shit.